Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary doing the continued coverage of the Rodney Reed case. This is the fourth video I'm about to put up. This is a clinical pathologist. This guy says that Rodney Reed, this isn't so impossible that Rodney Reed committed this murder over Stacy Stites. Now, like I said, Nicole's view, I gotta give a shout out to her. I gotta give a shout out to Kim Kardashian, um, Kim Kardashian West. I'm gonna get it right. But and I want a lot of black YouTubers to, and I understand. I'm not gonna tell people what to do and everything, but yes, he's a swirler, but at the same time, he's accused of a crime he didn't commit. And obviously, that next month in November 20th, is the scheduled execution date for Rodney Reed. Unless the powers that be, unless we all come together and fight this to give Governor Greg Abbott, who is the governor of Texas, to overturn Rodney Reed's conviction of capital murder, of killing Stacy Stites. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and this is again shouts out to Dr. Phil. This is a criminal pathologist, and he himself says there ain't no way in the world that Rodney Reed killed this woman. This is a specialist criminal pathologist on Dr. Phil confirms it. Now, I know that this lawyer for Stacey Stites' attorney, or Stacey Stites' fiance's attorney, gonna say, well, we try to deny. But how you gonna deny a criminal pathologist that's been specialized DNA, that specialized all the forensic evidence? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my commentary.
Well, Dr. Sarah Wecht is a renowned forensic pathologist who has investigated many famous cases, including President John F. Kennedy, Elvis Presley, JonBenet Ramsey. He's joining us on satellite now to tell us what he discovered after looking at Stacy's autopsy report. In your opinion, do you believe that Stacy was murdered before midnight?
Yes, Dr. Phil. This is not a case in which there is a conjecture, subjective reasoning, or valid differences of opinion. As my distinguished colleagues, Dr. Michael Bodden, Dr. Werner Spitz, and Dr. Leroy Riddick before me have stated in the opinions that they set forth, I have concluded, after reviewing all of the information, the autopsy report, the photographs, and all of the background information, there is simply no question from a forensic scientific standpoint that Stacy Stites was murdered before midnight, that there is no way that the timing that is necessary for the prosecution to have brought this case and to have convicted Rodney Reed has any kind of validity. None. Livor mortis, which is present on the body when found on frontal portions of the face, shoulder, arm, and side, with the body lying face up. Livor mortis is the pattern of gravitational settling of blood in the dependent parts of the body. That shows you that she had been lying down for the livor mortis pattern to have developed. You don't get a livor mortis pattern in the front of the body when you are found lying face up. Rigor mortis, body stiffening, begins after a few hours, 8 to 12 hours, it gets fixed, and then it remains for about 36 to 48 hours before it breaks down. We see that when they are handling the body of Stacy Stites, there is already a marked degree of lessening of the pattern of rigor mortis. So that shows you that that does not fit in at all with the time period that the prosecution said. With regard to the spermatozoa, which you've talked about, millions of sperms are found in a CC. In this case, just a few sperm heads were found, and the testimony at the time given at the original trial was incorrect about the spermatozoa not remaining viable beyond 24 hours. Spermatozoa can remain viable for 72 hours. Then the external appearance of the body shows some greenish discoloration, shows some early skin slippage, shows some areas of light bloating even of the abdomen. These are already indicia of postmortem decomposition, which, coupled with the finding of purge-like fluid in the car, indicate clearly that Stacy Stites had been dead for several hours. This was not edematous fluid, the kind of clear fluid that builds up in the lungs when someone has congestive heart failure or so on. This was purge fluid, decomposition fluid. You put that all together, there is no question at all, based upon these hard forensic scientific data that have been around for centuries. Look at any forensic pathology textbook, livor mortis, rigor mortis, postmortem decomposition, development of purge fluid, spermatozoa viability, put that all together, there is no question, I would say without hesitation, that this is one of the clearest, unequivocal cases of gross misjudgment, of travesty of justice that I've ever seen. You can argue about a lot of cases, and Dr. Phil, you and I have talked about some of these. In this case, there simply is no argument.
Well, let me tell you one thing additionally. This medical expert at the time, Dr. Roberto Bayardo, on August 13th of 2012, said time of death, if the prosecuting attorneys had advised me they intended to use my time of death estimate as a scientifically reliable opinion, I would have advised them not to do so. He went on to say survival of sperm, the spermatozoa I found in Miss Stites could have been deposited days before her death. And with regard to sexual assault, there is no indication that the spermatozoa was placed there in any fashion other than consensually. So he completely changes what was relied upon at the time of trial. So it just seems to me, doctor, that if he works for the state is prosecuting, if their own witness says, you misinterpreted what I said, you misused what I said, I now tell you that that is wrong, it seems to me they have to own that problem and step back from that conviction.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor.
Absolutely. This is
prosecutorial. Thank you. Thank you.
In any event, at this point in time, the prosecution must take responsibility for not having presented the proper evidence, for having allowed improper evidence to be introduced, and how any judicial branch, in this case, the top level court in the state of Texas, can not review and accept all of this testimony and stop this planned execution is beyond me. There's no way in the world that this can proceed.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is a experienced criminal pathologist. So again, like I said, he is the one that knows about DNA, that knows about how the body has been decomposed, everything. And it shows that Rodney Reed didn't kill this woman. You have all these retired NYPD officers also confirmed that ain't no way in the world that Rodney Reed was even in that car when the murder took place. In fact, that the murder took place in her place. Remember, her and her fiance was living together at that time. So, yes, they had an affair. Yes, basically it was, she cheated on, her fiance with a black man. But the big question is, and like I said, it goes back to whether or not Rodney Reed killed this woman. And the answer to that is no way. No way he killed her. The evidence prove it. DNA, forensic evidence prove it, that ain't no way that this man who's sitting on death row right now killed this woman. And I'm telling you right now, there's more videos, but I decided not just only do 4 to show you the evidence, the criminal pathologist, the witness of the case that knows the victim, saying that yes, there's been an affair between Stacey Stites and Rodney Reed. There's and this is evidence. This and all, they can the prosecutor can just basically deny all he wants to. You cannot. You got a pathologist who is experienced. You got a retired NYPD that knows about homicides, that knows about this case, up and down, that said she has been strangled from the waist from the waist up. I mean, from the face up. There's evidence of that. So I can, like I said before, I mean, a lot of black YouTubers, and I understand about, about he's a swirler or whatever. I'm talking about Rodney Reed, but this man's life is in danger right now. This man's life, he could die next month. He could die on November 20th. That's what the execution state, unless Governor Abbott postponed the execution. And I hope that we will send him emails, text messages, faxes to him, continue putting pressure, and says, listen, Governor, these are evidence. A witness come forward. And it says 2 witnesses are coming forward confirming that Rodney Reed did not kill this woman. 2 witnesses. 1 witness is already testified on Dr. Phil confirming this. So yes, we will stop at nothing and try to stop this execution from happening, because right now this is a miscarriage of justice. He shouldn't even been charged with this capital murder of a 19-year-old, white woman, Stacey Stites, who happened in 1996. And you heard what the witness says, that there's never been an interracial relationship in that town ever. And they kept that relationship a secret. And you notice that the police officer who was her fiance, they wasn't happy in their relationship. So you see all these evidence, and there's more videos on the Dr. Phil. And again, check Dr. Phil on YouTube. I want you to check and click in the Rodney Reed's case on Dr. Phil. There's all this other evidence, even the video I didn't show you, and I'm going to only show you these 4 videos, but the video that I didn't show you proves that there's 2 beer cans near the body, near Stacey Stites' body. 2 beer cans, and it proven that there's from 2 white guys. Not Rodney Reed, 2 white guys. One guy was an ex-police officer himself. And then there's another thing that said it was a cover-up, because basically what you have is that the Hispanic guy, and even Rodney Reed himself, when he was interviewed with Dr. Phil, he even says that the Hispanic man was saying that, I mean, he was a scapegoat. He felt like this guy was a scapegoat, and that and the Hispanic man was shot and killed, and they don't even know who did that. They don't even know who killed him. And he did say that, basically, it's proven that the fiance had a lot to do with this crime, and that was before he was shot and killed. So all of this evidence is coming out, ladies and gentlemen, proves that Rodney Reed didn't kill this woman. He had an affair with her. They kept it quiet. They kept it a secret. And the question is, did her fiance knew about the affair? And if he did, that was the motive of him. That was a motive of him, basically choking her. And that's why I said that, ladies and gentlemen, this is an important thing. We gotta help free Rodney Reed. We gotta help this guy get free. He didn't kill her. Evidence, all the pathologists, a witness come forward, even said that he didn't do it. So you got Kim Kardashian West. She's one of the celebrities that comes out and said, I believe Rodney Reed. And you got myself, and now and we really got Nicole from Nicole's View. You got myself, and now you got Kim Kardashian West, who comes out and even said that she believes Rodney Reed. So I want you guys to basically we go on Twitter, support this cause, free Rodney Reed, because we need this brother to get out. We definitely need this brother to be free because he didn't kill this woman. And he himself, there was a cover up with that police department because her fiance, the victim's fiance, was indeed a cop. So they would do whatever they do to cover themselves and watch each other's backs. So let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all news and commentary. And with that being said, this is Alliance is signing off. Oh, by the way, hashtag free Rodney Reed. Deuces.